My first tip to always look polished and put together, organize your accessories like you're a prisoner in Alcatraz. Whoa, what am I talking about? Let me explain. So when you take the Alcatraz tour and you go through the kitchen, notice how they store their knives. Now this silhouette box makes two things very easy. One, the prisoners know exactly which knife goes in which location. And the second thing is accountability. The guards know if a knife has not been put away and that someone's going to get shanked tonight. So how does this apply to you? Because gentlemen, when you want to look good, when you want to dress sharp, you want to be able to find your accessories. Case in point, I couldn't find one of my favorite watches. I put it in one of my jacket pockets. And guess what? That's not where it belongs. I couldn't find it. Didn't even make my watch collection video versus other watches, which I put in watch winders. I put in watch boxes, the vast majority of my collection. Therefore, I know where it's at. Guys, leverage the power of boxes. Maybe a catch-all for your keys, a jewelry box for your cufflinks. Whatever it is, guys, find what works for you and leverage it. I've even got a little leather case where I keep my extra shoelaces. Next up, an emergency Dopp Kit. One in your office, one in your vehicle. And this doesn't have to be fancy. You could use a simple plastic bag. The point is, you've got the items you need whenever you've got that big presentation you didn't expect it. Or you pulled an all-nighter and yeah, you're going to have to clean up and still go into the office that morning. Guess what? You pull out your emergency Dopp Kit, you can still look good. So what do I keep inside? Usual suspects. I want a fragrance that I can wear to the office, is going to be inoffensive, something that's relatively light and fresh. Hairbrush with a styling cream so I can keep my hair in place. Oh, you don't have hair? Well, guess what? You're still going to probably need shaving gel. You're going to need a razor. I've got a disposable right here. Toothbrush. I've got toothpaste in there. I've also got a body moisturizer. I get really dry hands during the winter. Basically, you want to have in here the items that you would normally use. Yeah, it's going to cost you a few dollars, but guys, when you need it, it's going to pay dividends. Now let's talk about bags. Gents, upgrading your everyday carry is one of the easiest ways to look more polished and put together. So it's a good looking duffel, right? Imagine taking this to the gym, how it's going to level up your style versus taking that torn up canvas backpack that you've had for years. These are things you want to look for no matter who makes the bag. First up, you want to look at the hardware. You want to make sure that right here we don't have any cracks, that the hardware is solid. A lot of companies are going to skip here. Looking at the D-rings, I'm looking at the rivets. And rivets, basically that metal part right here, that's going to reinforce the stitching, because that's the next thing you want to look at is the stitching. Are the lines straight? Did they use quality thread? Are there loose stitches? This is what you want to look for when you're looking at bags to make sure you get a great deal. Guys, if you're interested in this 100% full grain classic duffel, you want to go grab it over at Mahi Leather. They're the sponsor of today's video, and I've talked about these guys before because I love what they're doing. They're making a wide variety of great leather bags and leather goods at honest prices. Now this duffel right here, as I said, it's 100% full grain leather. Whenever we open up, we see a nice cotton lining. And what I love about this bag, I've had one very similar to it for almost 2 years. I've used that one as my go-to gym bag. It's a rugged, tough bag that's functional. We've got this pocket right here with YKK zippers right here on the outside. They use good hardware. Now, one thing I love about Mahi is they got a wide variety of products, and every product is made to order. And guess what? When you order it, you can also get customization. So if you want to have your initials, you want to get something on it, you can do that as well. Now, all the leather used by Mahi is a byproduct of the meat and dairy industry. Also, for every sale, $1.50 towards clean water causes throughout India. These guys also have a really good business model because they don't have inventory. They have a very small footprint. Again, they're not making excess inventory of things they can't get rid of. They make everything to order. Guys, I'm linking to Mahi down in the description of today's video with the best deal you're going to find out there. Use that discount code. Go grab your bag over at Mahi. Now this next tip for looking polished and put together sounds easy, but it's harder than it sounds because it requires a change in your habits. Now, most men, after they wear something, they just put it away and then they say, okay, I'll polish the shoes, I'll clean up my jacket before I wear it next time. Well, guess what? When you got to wear it next time, you are in a hurry, you're running out the door, you want to polish your shoes, you want to clean off your jackets, you want to do that type of stuff immediately after wearing the item. Have a brush that is dedicated to nothing more than removing salt, dirt, grime, anything on your shoes after you wear, and then have a quick applicator. So this isn't going to be a long polish. You're just simply going to have an applicator that you're going to use and put a little bit on there. Is this the same as doing a full polish? No, but guess what? It's going to put a small protective layer, and when you want to wear those shoes the next day and you're running out the door, they're going to look great. Now, the next tip to look polished and put together is to give yourself margin. This is time to actually prepare. Time in which you're not going to be rushed, time that's in your calendar, that yes, you can take care of yourself. 30 minutes on Sunday mornings that you actually dedicate to grooming. All the deep grooming, yes. Cutting your nails. Most men actually don't have a grooming kit like this, and I think they should, but they also don't have a time set aside to take care of their nails. Go for a nicer, longer shave. There are shaves that don't just take 2 minutes, but you could actually take a good 15 minutes, get a nice lather, use a straight razor, use a safety razor, whatever it is, guys, but enjoy that shave and actually take time to take care of yourself. The next tip to always looking polished and put together, clean your clothing in bulk. And again, have a time that you take it all, maybe to the laundromat, or that you do it yourself. I find that when I iron my shirts, it's easier just to iron 10 in a row. And I also own enough shirts that I'm able to go through them and not worry about running out in a week. Think about this in advance and do things in bulk, because all the time it takes to bring out the iron to set it up, that right there can be enough of a barrier that you're not going to do it. So when you go out and all of a sudden you got wrinkles there, guys, take care and set up those systems. Do it in bulk so that you're able to spread out that time and you're able to look amazing. The next tip to looking polished and put together is to say no to good enough. What am I talking about here? I'm talking about that you wear clothing that doesn't actually do you any favors. You don't actually like it. Imagine going out to a fancy restaurant, taking your date, and all of a sudden they put out some food that does not look great. In fact, they didn't even try. There was no effort here. Are you going to feel satisfied? No. Then why do we put up with this? When you go to the gym and you spend an hour at the gym, 5 to 6 days a week, and then you wear clothing that actually makes you look worse, why not wear clothing that you love? Every time you put it on, you feel great. Break up with all that clothing that just is okay and start to replace it with items that you absolutely love. When you start to build up a wardrobe like that, gents, all of a sudden you are taking your style to the next level. Next up, say hell no to mediocre shoes. You want to wear shoes, again, that you absolutely love. So this is pretty closely related to the last point, but I want to focus in on footwear because this is something that people notice. They get fixated on shoes. For centuries, shoes were something that indicated how much wealth you had. It's something as a society, we look down and we make judgment. Remember back in high school, if you didn't have the right shoes, you were not cool. Guess what? This still applies to us, although hopefully we've outgrown the need for it, but it is still pretty nice when you're wearing shoes and people stop you and give you compliments. People are saying, hey, where did you get those? You wear Western boots over in Europe, people are going to try to buy those things off you. Point being, guys, is if you want to feel like a rock star, wear boots that make you look like one. Now, this next tip most guys never figure out, and that is have a go-to color that you can build your interchangeable wardrobe around. You can build into your interchangeable wardrobe. A lot of guys, purple. It's just not something they have a lot in their wardrobe. But for some guys, you know what? I love purple. They find a way to bring in a purple suede jacket. They bring in purple shirts. They find a way to even bring in purple in on their shoes and their trousers. Guys, find what color works for you. I know for me, olive green. I've just got so many jackets that have green in them. Shoes, I find a way to bring green in because I absolutely love it. But the point is, I've got it in the right pieces. When you understand that, you're able to bring in something that sets you apart and that you can own completely. Now let's talk about avoiding temptation. So any of you married guys work at an agency in which you are the only guy and there's 50 beautiful women surrounding you, yeah, that sounds like a lot of danger right there. So why are you doing this with your closet? You walk into your closet and you have, honestly, just stained clothing that doesn't fit you, clothing that you shouldn't be wearing, all over the place. Guys, package all of that up. Set your closet. So guess what? You walk in and you've got the right clothing that you want to wear. All right, so how to take action on this information? Well, guys, check out this video right here, how to go from ordinary boy to extraordinary man. Actually, I talk about how to make the style upgrades. I talk about a bit in this video, but you want to check this one out because I'll go into more detail on how to take action.